No. I can't breathe. Help. Help. Oh, God. Please help. It's okay. I'm alive. Jeez, I must have dozed off. Think you forgot your tenders, Sunday Dreamer?
I like to come out here when I'm feeling contemplative.
Goodness knows you have plenty of time for that, huh?
Yes.
What is happening to my home, Scott? In a matter of months, everything I've known has just been flipped upside down.
Now you don't say. Any outsider would think it's Armageddon.
Maybe it is, and we haven't really realised yet.
Come now. I was only joking.
Well, I haven't found much to laugh about recently. I've been seeing things.
Haven't we all?
No. I mean... I don't know what I mean. I've been so tired recently, and yet I can't sleep. I keep seeing things that aren't here.
What do you mean, things that aren't there?
Well, that's what I mean. I don't know what I mean. What it means. Whatever. I had a row with Percy earlier.
I say? Over what?
Over me, funnily enough. I'm trying to bury myself in work to distract myself from these... nightmares? Yeah, nightmares. But that's just making me more tired, which makes me more irritable, which just makes me have more nightmares. Here's a cycle. An endless, vicious cycle.
What you need is a break. Why not stay here for a while? Jim works wonders, and I'm sure he'll be able to make room for one more.
Nah, I don't trust myself around that lorry. We both go in together, well, only one of us is coming out.
What? You wouldn't do that. You're far too kind to even consider it.
A year younger me might have agreed with you. Now, though, I'm not so... Whoa! Okay! Fire!
What? Where? Where are you looking?
There! Right there! Boys, fire!
Christ, when did that start?
Don't worry, don't panic. It's under control. I've got a fire extinguisher.
Extinguisher. They do have some fun at this place, don't they? Well, Jesus Christ!
Come on, get him out of there!
It's going to bring the whole damn thing down!
But when did it... We were just in it! Oh! I should be more shocked, but after everything that's happened recently, I'm just about apathetic to anything. Ugh.
Where's Jim?
What? What did you say?
I didn't see him come out. Where is he?
Oh, God.
A panting little child disappeared in the night. We'll stop breathing with golden hollow eyes. You are drowning in a world nothing can change. Try it again and again. The void is there, but you can't erase it and escape. Open your eyes, the shadows within.
Answers will come from the railway board soon enough. Trust me.
Sir Han, we're still unaware about the cause of yesterday's accident. Do you have any inputs that today's event is in any way tied to the farmer?
I am legally obligated to not answer such questions. The police are doing their best at finding those answers.
Sir, there was news of a car bombing at Nafford, leaving one person dead. Do you believe it was an assassination attempt?
Well, first of all, the person in question is at the hospital right now and is under intensive care. Secondly, I cannot answer whether or not it was an attempt on my life.
Even so, you are responsible for all of your employees' safety. If you cannot guarantee the safety of your workers, do you really expect this railway to keep its independence any further?
Well, please, calm down.
Is it even safe to use your railway? Can other companies even rely on the quality now?
Enough! He's not taking any more questions. Now, Sodor!
Thank you, Gordon.
It's nothing, sir. They are starting to sound like the other engines, if you ask me.
Can't say that's necessarily untrue. But nevertheless, I hope this is the last time I'm confronted in such a manner.
So that we can safely say now that all fire has been extinguished, though a lot wasn't salvageable.
Hey! The lorry! Please, you have to tell me! Please tell me he's still in one piece!
How should I put this? We have reasons to believe it was the origin of the fire.
What on earth happened?
Haven't you seen it, Peter-san?
The steamworks caught fire earlier today, precisely the day after that lorry was kept there. I knew trouble would happen. It was practically written all over him.
Lorry? What lorry?
There's a lot to catch up with if we're going to chat about gossip all day.
Well, that's still awful to hear. Wait. Has anyone heard anything from Jim?
No, I haven't. I hope he got out in time.
Thought I'd find you here. It's currently a complete havoc at the office.
Oh yes, so we've heard.
How's the station master?
Roy? Well, they sent him here immediately after the car explosion. I haven't heard from them since then. Speaking of, by the way, any news from a forensics team or something? Because I know for a fact that that was no accident.
Well, reports have confirmed that it wasn't, though.
Sir Han.
Yes, that's me.
I deeply apologize that we had to contact you so suddenly. You see, Mr. Davis does not have any other relatives to contact, so we decided to call you, his employer.
Yes, that is perfectly fine. How is he? May I speak to him?
Sir Han, I'm afraid that won't be possible. I came to inform you that he has been declared dead. I'll leave you be with that and give you a moment, sir.
Topham, I'm deeply sorry.
It is fine, investigator. Damn it! He didn't have to die. Never would I think his kind generosity would be the utter end of him. But I can't keep moping like this. I know for a fact those bastards behind left those recent acts of terror were behind the destruction of my car. We must get to work.
I fully agree with you, Topham. What I've been trying to say earlier is that I'm afraid there's been some complications.
Complications?
You alright?
I'm alive. Does that count?
It does to us. Christ alive, Thomas. Anyone would think it never happened the way you've been acting.
Well, I got used to it, Toby. Is that a problem?
Yes! That is a problem. No one should ever have to feel like this, Thomas. You've suffered enough. We all have.
Oh, we need help. Someone to talk to, maybe. I mean, my driver says he's been going to therapy recently. He says it helps.
Maybe we should set up our own therapy group. We can't be the only ones feeling this way.
No one's going to agree to that, though, are they?
What?
I mean, we talk and talk and talk, but we never really say anything, ever. Why would any of them, any of us for that matter, open up now?
Right. You and I are going to see the Fat Controller.
Toby, for God's...
He'll understand. He has to. He knows us better than anyone. And I'm confident he'll see the merits. As will you.
And if nothing changes?
Let's cross that bridge when we get to it. Come on.
Thing is, though, I'm betting the Fat Controller has enough to worry about. How's he going to have any time to talk to us?
I don't know. Look at it this way. Maybe he'll be glad to see us.
It can't be! It has to be a bloody lie! Perhaps your colleagues at the office were mistaken!
It's not a mistake, sir. If you don't trust me, have a look.
Good evening, and welcome to the 9 o'clock news. We have an update on the situation of the island of Sodor. Earlier today, a car at Knapford Station's parking lot has spontaneously erupted. Witnesses on site confirmed one person was sent to Duke's Arnold Hospital, that being Knapford Station Master Roy Davies, who was tragically been confirmed dead earlier this evening. The car was confirmed to belong to Sir Stephen Topham III, the General Director of the North Western Railway. Just 20 minutes ago, the Sodor Regional Police had just released a statement on the update.
I have just attended a meeting with Public Liaison earlier this evening about a call that the office has received from someone claiming to represent the Provisional IRA. They have taken responsibility for the car bomb at Knapford, and with that in mind, the case has been ruled as a terrorist attack and an attempt of assassination against Sir Topham Hatt. This is the first terrorist attack to have been carried out on Sodor. MI5 and the SRP speculate that this could also be a breach in our national security.
Now for a report on foreign affairs. The US general election is nearing, and sitting President Bush has reported polling poorly against Democratic candidates in Governor Art in Kansas, Bill Clinton, who's a big...
No, it doesn't make any sense. I have no dirt on the IRA, and they certainly don't have anything against Sodor. And as far as I'm concerned, they're mostly active in Northern Ireland in recent times. What would they be doing on this island of all places?
That's beside the point, sir. You and I both know that the IRA wasn't behind this. But here's the real problem. Now that the police force ruled this as a terrorist attack, they won't investigate this car bombing. To add more insult to injury, every attempt of assassination from here on out, or any harm in general, will be linked to the IRA.
Which means whoever is truly behind this will never be suspected.
That's right, sir. I'm afraid the police won't be of much help.
Okay, so let's take a few steps back a bit. So the lorry we found was proven guilty via your discoveries, investigator. And that Henry was quite possibly the start of all these staged incidents. And as soon as we've caught up, whoever is, or maybe are behind them, tried to silence us. My guess is that they probably paid off the IRA or something to cover this up.
Agreed. There's one hypothesis I'm quite unnerved to prove, though. That car bombing was probably not an assassination attempt, but maybe a warning.
Hello, sir. May we speak with you for a moment?
Toby, this is stupid.
Shh. Just try it. It never hurts to ask.
Sorry, you two. Been tied up in far too much today. What can I do for you?
Thomas was there at the steamworks when it happened, sir. And his reaction is far from normal.
Excuse me, far from?
So is mine. Everything that has happened, the bombings, the arguments, the countless acts of senseless violence.
And the police. Everywhere I go, I see a police car. Every back road, every street.
I can see the pair of you are concerned, but it's for the sake of safety. I'm trying to keep everything from falling apart.
We know, sir, but what about us?
What about you, Thomas?
Hear that, Toby? What about you? Told you it was a stupid idea.
We just feel it appropriate that some of our off time could be spent better allowing us to heal.
For the record, Toby suggested this, so if you want someone to blame, it's him.
Thomas.
But we should have a therapy group. We're not asking for anything major, just like a little group for talking it out.
Yes, I could see that these have been very tough times for everyone. Very well. I'll speak to the shed masters across the railway and ask them if they see any merit in setting such a group up. On an unofficial basis, of course.
Huh?
We're very grateful, sir. We won't bother you any longer. There, that wasn't so hard, was it?
I guess not. Maybe I'd misjudged that idea of yours, Toby.
You never know. In the end, we all need to heal.
Still, I doubt this will catch on.
You're joining it?
Yeah, I am. As soon as I heard about it, I instantly knew it was for me.
Afternoon, all. What are you two talking about?
Stanley's been talking about this, support group that Thomas, Toby, and Percy had recently organised.
Oh, what?
Well, with all the accidents and, well, changes that have been going around Sodor and how it's been interfering with our work and all.
They thought it'd be a good idea to set up a group to set up better communication and talk things out, so to say.
Oh, I see. Well, you have fun with that.
Don't you want to join too, Duck?
Well, it sounds neat in concept, though I've put all that stuff behind me now and moved on. If you personally ask me, it was more of a distraction.
Aye, sounds like a complete waste of time.
Continuously blabbering about everything that's happened so far? No, thank you.
They all have a point, but if you think it's good for you, then by all means you should join it.
Waste of time.
I know, right? A support. What kind of Nimrod thinks that's a good idea?
Thomas, I suppose.
Yeah. Notice in between the 3 months since the Vickerstown accident and yesterday's event, everything was so peaceful. If you ask me, I think Thomas and his pals are just overreacting.
Ha! Overreacting is an understatement.
Tell you what, it's only causing more trouble.
It's gaslighting.
Exactly. Something needs to be done. At the worst, we gotta demonstrate against this.
Maybe. But how? I'm definitely not going on strike again.
I'll think about it. But tell me, James, would you be down to help me with it?
Yeah, totally.
What's wrong with you?
Apologies, mate. Now's not the time to talk.
Well, don't just leave me here, then. Help! Wait!
Oi! My train seems to be missing a brake van. Are your axles finally rusting up?
Oh, I was just thinking to myself.
It's about you-know-who, isn't it?
I'm sorry, Gordon.
Sorry for what?
I haven't been truthful with you, or anyone. I didn't tell you everything about that day. I wanted to keep it hidden. Just completely forget about it.
Edward?
It's all coming back. That engine woke those damn memories up.
Tell me everything, Edward. I'm sure I can understand.
Oi, big one! What's all the delay for? This train isn't going to pull itself.
Oh, sorry. I was just reminding the shunter that he had forgotten the brake van.
Whatever, just get it done, will you? We're on a tight schedule here. Antiques.
Pardon me, Gordon. I'll get that brake van for you.
careful! God's sake, you could have pushed the cars over and spilled the ballast all over the tracks!
Hey, cool it, bub. Man! Do you have to cry about two buffers touching each other?
Oh, so we're just going to suddenly forget about your recklessness that caused your whistle to fly up like a rocket and land in a field, are we?
Oh, okay. So we're also gonna forget about that time you ran back into the shed and practically broke one of its supports, huh?
That's completely unrelated.
Hey, I'm Frank. I'm the biggest hypocrite of the Arlesdale Railway. Look at me go!
Oh, would you two stop bickering already? It's aching my smoke box.
Yeah, you two argue like an old married couple. One day is all we ask from you two.
Jeez, is it suddenly my fault that Frank is acting like a helicopter parent?
Helicopter? But Frank's an engine. Wouldn't an engine parent be more appropriate?
Oh, no, Jock. A helicopter parent is a parental figure who pays too much attention to whatever their child is doing.
Oh, actually, that does sound quite fitting.
Are we going to ignore the fact Jock is more concerned with a phrase rather than the implication that Frank, of all engines, is suddenly a parental engine to me? What's wrong with you people?
I'm sorry to barge in your little family matters, but I do believe my trucks are still empty.
See what happens when you're distracted?
Ah! Sorry, William. Just the usual. Anything we can do to make up for the delay?
I doubt it. The problem I'm dealing with is more complicated than it should be.
What's wrong?
There's this group on the main line that's disturbing the peace, and the Fact Controller seems fine with it. It's almost insane.
Yeah, that does sound quite odd. You tried striking? I've heard another red engine like me tried it, and was very successful, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Very certain it didn't go well. It's out of the question.
Well, if it's against a group, maybe try making a campaign.
A campaign?
That's right. I remember our small controller leading a campaign of searching for that lost engine back in 1969.
Oh, I see. Wasn't my construction also a campaign?
Indeed it was, Jock. Simply put, if you can get a group of engines of your own behind your campaign, only then I bet the Fact Controller will listen to you.
Campaign?
Nuts!
Well, you're done it now, Mike. Looks like the ballast jammed the junction from switching.
What did I say?
Shut up!
Will you two shut up instead? He's getting beauty sleep, not allowed anymore. There'll never be a day.
I don't think so. I am not doing that.
You're a better public speaker than either of us.
And you have a big booming voice when you want to.
I don't give speeches, Percy. That's not who I am.
Yes, it is. It's exactly you.
Maybe not exactly him, Percy. Bad choice of words.
Oh.
It was your idea in the first place, Toby. Why don't you speak to them?
A group like this is give and take, Thomas. The way I see it, we can only heal if we all put the effort in.
Oh, right, and that requires me to address all these engines myself because...
Because more than anyone, you need to talk. When was the last time you opened up to us?
Alright. Here goes, I guess. Okay, big voice. Hi everyone, sorry for cutting into your break like this.
No harm, Thomas. Not like we were doing anything anyway.
Weren't we? I forgot.
I just wanted to say that I'm really proud of you all.
Proud of us? For what, Thomas?
Oh, you know, for sticking through everything and not breaking down. Gotta keep our pistons pumping, right?
I don't have pistons, Thomas. I don't think I do, anyway.
Not sure I get the point of this pep talk, Thomas.
Yeah, we all know how we're feeling, so what's the point?
Oh God, I can't do this.
Baby steps, Thomas. It all starts with one word.
One word, huh? Henry.
I don't get it.
Henry? Thomas?
When was the last time we actually talked about Henry?
Well, after the whole thing with the lorry, I thought...
No, not about how he died. When was the last time we actually talked about how he lived? See, it's funny, I remember him so well. We used to talk a lot when I was a shunter here. Everyone remembers when I first pulled a train. They tend to forget it was Henry's first. He cared so much. He might have had a strange way of showing it, but he cared.
I remember.
Yes? You remember what, Arthur?
The Flying Kipper, Henry's own train. He didn't need any express or limited or anything like that. Just some coal, water, and a couple Manx skippers. That was the kind of engine Henry was. Because he did what he could. Because he could.
What about Bill and Ben? Mavis, you remember them best. Tell us.
Thomas,
Go on, keep the momentum going. The buffers. Tell us about the buffers.
Buffers?
What buffers?
They're special buffers. It was so stupid. Ben was given a shiny new set of buffers, and Bill was so jealous. He worked so hard, he ended up falling into a pit. God, they drove me crazy sometimes.
But let's face it, Mavis. You wouldn't have had them any other way, would you?
No, I don't think I would.
Henry wouldn't want us to be crying. Bill and Ben wouldn't want us to just give up, let ourselves get used to this new life. They'd do I'll tell you what they do, they'd do some silly thing and make us laugh again. I miss them. We all miss them. But I'm grateful that they were ever here at all. And that is what we should do. Remember what was, and work with what is. We'll heal, we'll get better. And one day, we'll see our sun rise again. Now, I realise I'm being a bit metaphorical here, and it's a little bit, well, I mean, it's more the fact that...
Thomas! 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 Thomas!
Oh.
Thomas! 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 Thomas!
And in time, even he will heal.
Baby steps.
Toby, can I borrow you for a second?
Of course, Rebecca. What is it?
Something. I mean, someone has come into the yards and, well, you should probably come see what I mean.
But we're in the middle of a meeting. Can it wait?
We can go in our own, Percy, if we want. I'm sure Thomas will be just fine.
Hey, Thomas? We're not the only ones who got hurt, you know. If you need anything, you've got me.
Billy?
I can't believe it. You're alive. We were all so worried sick.
Likewise, Toby. I was beginning to lose hope. Billy was found by the old lighthouse after Harold flew by. Murdoch went quickly to work. You wouldn't believe how overjoyed I was to see him.
As am I. I came here as soon as Phil told me about Billy's finding. Billy, I am no more than relieved to hear that you are safe.
Thank you, sir. I can't feel my wheels that well. It feels like my smoke box is full of seawater and...
Easy there, Billy.
I know now is the time to let Billy rest. But, on the off chance... Billy, do you remember what happened before you went missing?
I remember taking a rest before shunting Molly's train. Then everything was dark and wet and hot. Oh God! Molly! Her train! Oh man. I bet she's mad at me now. Where is she?
I'm afraid Molly went missing just after you did. Her train crashed into the sea at Nafford Harbour. She has been missing alongside Nia.
Where is she? What have I missed?
A great deal, Billy. I can have Arthur and Murdoch fill you in about this. As everyone here knows, we believe someone has, or have, been orchestrating these recent attacks, and we can assume that Billy was a victim of a possible assassination attempt. We'll need eyes on him 24/7. Now I think I've found myself the perfect place.
You do?
Indeed. Toby, Percy, and Thomas, your little support group, could be exactly what we need.
As in, looking after Billy?
Precisely. I can imagine he'll be kept with great care with you lot.
Well, it could be a good idea. The steamworks is out, so we have to rely on the various yards around the railway for repairs. I think keeping him at Tidmouth would be a smart choice.
You do have a point, Toby, but, Thomas?
I made a mistake taking my eyes off the steamworks and losing the lorry. I'll be damned if I'd ever let myself repeat it.
That's the spirit. Now, Billy, I know it'll take a while to, get back on track, so to say. Rest assured, you'll be under the care of Thomas and his group.
Yes, sir. That's reassuring to hear. Frankie! Thank goodness you're safe.
No, Billy. Thank goodness you're safe. I'm so happy to see you alright.
Thanks, Frankie.
Well, I hope you like things here, brother. It most certainly isn't the steamworks, but I think it'll serve well for the time being.
Well, the yards are definitely quieter than the steamworks, that's for sure. Perhaps it will be easier to get some rest now.
Pah! You mentioning that reminds me of the old days. You'd always be the first to doze off after a long day of work.
I say, maybe we could relive those days better when I'm back in working order. Eventually.
Yes. So, Scotty, did Sir Topham tell you anything new lately?
Well, nothing new, other than being told that my new tendency would be at Knapford. Why?
Oh, then I don't know if I'm the right engine to tell you this. But that very day, the day you were literally crippled, it wasn't an...
Excuse me, Gordon. I got a call from Mr. Colton that you needed at, what used to be the steamworks as soon as possible. There's no time waiting, but he heard it was urgent.
Before I go, what I meant to say is...
Oh, dearie me, looks like it's time for my repairs. Perhaps another time, brother.
Right, perhaps another time.
Yo, James.
Oh, yeah.
Heard about Billy?
Oh, yeah, I did.
You don't, sound too particularly happy about it.
Just when I thought everything would be back to normal, now everyone will be talking about it. Not a day without chatter anymore. On top of that, they're letting Thomas's emotionally stuck-up group or whatever to look over Billy.
Oh, now I get it. Well, no need to worry. I think I found myself a solution.
A solution?
Careful. Careful now. Steady now. Perfect. It only took us, what, 18 hours to find you? No matter. The job is done. Let's call it a day.
Jim! Goodness, I thought we had truly lost you.
Indeed. Not to worry, Gordon, my good chap. It's honestly a miracle that I'm in one piece. Alas, the only thing I've lost in that hellfire is my appearance, unfortunately.
Well, it seems that's our third miracle today.
Pray tell, but what's the first miracle you mention of?
Oh, Billy was found earlier this afternoon. He's now under good care of Thomas's group.
Good heavens! That is good news. And, a group, you say?
Oh, a lot has happened today, Jim.
Oh, a lot indeed. We'll get you back to the depot and have Mr. Brenner look and inspect any damages you've undergone.
Ah, good old Alistair Brenner. I'm happy to hear he made it out too.
Phil, sir.
Yes, Gordon?
Did the Fat Controller mention anything about the, you-know-what to my brother?
Oh, that. No, he hasn't.
Then may I deliver the news to him?
Absolutely not.
I beg your pardon?
Sorry, Gordon. What I mean is, we can't break this to an engine like the Flying Scotsman. This conspiracy thing isn't made public. And might I remind you, your brother is owned by his preservation company. Sir Topham is still under hot water for somehow damaging Scotsman earlier this year. The last thing the preservation company needs to hear is a conspiracy going on that's out of our control. So, I'm sorry, Gordon. I'm afraid you can't tell him anything.
Oh, I see.
Anyhow, good day to you.
Now, Gordon, if it makes you feel any better, I feel helpless too.
Was it about earlier today?
Yes, it was. It's about my memory of the Barrow Blitz. Admittedly, it's a memory I desperately wish I could forget, which is why I said it was very clouded.
Well, did you remember?
The garret. I remember the garret shoving me off the rails and leaving me for dead.
So that engine's attitude is nothing more but a facade, huh?
I think we can safely assume they're here to do no good.
Should we tell Derek about this?
No, I think it's best he ought to stay out of this.
Are you sure, Edward?
Not just that. I think it's best you should as well.
Don't be silly, Edward. We are in this together. Besides, there's no chance you could do this alone.
Gordon, I might be as old as rust, but this doesn't concern you. Right now, your brother needs you. This is something I must investigate on my own. So, please, Gordon.
I understand, Edward. I understand.
So, Diesel, you know anything about Frankie?
Never spoke with her personally, but after what Molly and I talked about, I have a distinct idea that I might know something about her.
Sorry to cut in. The invitation's still there for you, by the way, guys. You sure I can't convince you to come along? Even if it's just for one session?
Thanks for the offer, Thomas, but, the answer's still no.
And I don't know why you want me there anyway.
Because we're all hurting, Diesel. Things have changed. You have changed.
I haven't changed at all. You're just blind.
Blind? What else do you mean by that? Well, alright, if you two are sure, then I won't bother you again. Just remember, I've always got a space free for you.
Very kind of you, Thomas. Bye now.
Bye.
You know, it didn't sound all that bad, that therapy session thing.
You're welcome to go if you want, but no amount of therapy is going to repair the damage already done. Now, as I was saying, Frankie.
Right on time as always, whippersnapper.
Boy, there sure has been a lot to deliver to Croc Ronan recently.
Well, we've been getting a lot of tourist ships to Kirk Ronan now that Knapford and Brandon are on downtime. Talk about unfortunate, yeah?
Very fortunate.
Oi.
Could you stop sneaking up on me like that?
We were here this whole time, you dunce.
What is it you want now?
The fire at the steamworks might have been a setback, but fortunately for us, we don't have to worry about our little liability anymore.
With the lorry out of our problems now, we can start off phase 4.
And to remind you, phase 4 is...
Yeah, spare me the details.
There's one little detail that is yet to be mentioned.
Huh?
It involves a certain engine the boss wants us to extract.
Good afternoon, Mr. Scott.
Ah, afternoon, Percy.
Fine day it is, isn't it?
Well, weather is fine. You ought to see what's happening at Tidmouth Yard. One of the guards mentioned through the radio that there's a commotion over there. A group of engines appear to be arguing with each other.
A group? Oh, horrors! No!
Not gonna ask again, so we'll be as polite as we can be. All of you should get out of here.
Who gave you the authority to tell us what we can be? We were here first, so maybe you should be it instead.
Can everyone please remain calm? Arthur, back it down just a bit.
What the bloody hell is happening here?
William and his group are telling us to scram from the yards.
Wait, William? And James? Why?
It's simple, Percy. The yard belongs to us, the Branch Line Coalition.
No way we're giving the yard to a group with a stupid name like that.
Right, now hang on. Name calling isn't exactly going to help us here. Mavis, cut it out.
Okay. Let's settle down for a minute. William, James, this coalition of yours, what exactly is it about?
Simple. We want normalcy.
Normalcy?
Exactly. You, Thomas, and everyone else keeps wasting the railway's time by reminiscing of the past.
That's right. We're for progression.
Progression? Regression seems more apt.
Okay, I can see that. But you seem to be misunderstanding the Shunters group.
We're here for engines who need help.
By doing what, Toby? Gather in a circle and talk about our feelings?
Hey, that's not very nice.
Okay, but why Tidmouth Yard?
Donald, Douglas, William and I are part of this group, so it seems unfair to have your group at the foot of our branch line.
Well, kicking us out isn't going to solve anything.
Hang on, Stanley, back off. Wait, hang on. Both of you, stop it.
Well, what do you want? To keep blabbering about the past or to move on? We want things to return to normal, so what's so complicated about that?
Well, what do you want? Neglect the other entrants' feelings or help them?
We're not leaving!
Oh, yes, you are.
Thomas?
Oh, God.
Thomas!
I have a duty to my friends, James. So do you, for that matter. I'm not about to lead them down a path I can't follow. If you can't behave like a civilized being, then you, and those like you, can get out!
Now, just who do you think you...
William, no. You feel good doing that. Hurt Thomas? Is this your answer or not? Wanting to move on? Of course.
Okay. I think I get it now. It does sound a bit unbelievable, but at the same time, it does make sense. Although then again, it is quite far-fetched from a certain perspective.
Are you done, Paxton?
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, we ought to be vigilant about it, especially among us diesels.
Speaking of, you think we should mention this to the others?
I might share it with the Iron Twins, and especially Sydney.
But not Thomas.
Thomas and his little group wouldn't understand. His intentions might look good, but it's not going to do much to stop Frankie, or whoever she's working for.
You're right about that. Alright, I'll go find the Iron Twins.
And I'll look for Sydney.
About Thomas O'Shannon's group, it really doesn't seem all that bad to me.
Boko, have you seen how Thomas has been lately? Have you tried talking to him? He's too much of an emotional mess, so telling him would only gaslight his unstable mental health. Believe me, Boko, I don't think the Steamies should be involved with what we're doing. That's what happened to Molly.
I shouldn't have done that. I'm such an idiot! Just as I thought things were starting to get better, I cock it up. I was just trying to keep things calm. If we could have kept things civil, it would have been fine. It would have been fine. I don't know why he had to goad me like that. What's his point anyway? We all saw the same thing. Why is he not understanding what we're trying to get at here?
The way Thomas acted earlier, do you think our idea was maybe too much?
I'm inclined to agree, honestly.
Thomas, don't beat yourself up.
It won't help, I know. It wasn't your fault, Thomas. It was just a fireball, etc. and so forth. It's the same thing, alright? Look, maybe having me involved in this group was a mistake. Paxton and Sydney are gone. They don't want anything to do with this anymore. James is on the warpath for goodness knows what reason. And I shouted in his face, you could trust me to run the club now. No one, Toby. No one's probably going to trust me again.
We would.
Isn't that the whole point of this group? We help each other by being there at their darkest times.
And who cares what William, James, and the others think? Their opinions don't matter.
Everyone.
I guess this is something we'll just have to get used to, but we'll be fine. I promise, everyone. We'll get through this.
Well now, let's say we all get back to work now.
Right. Who's gonna look over Billy?
I can, or maybe Charlie could. I bet the two have a lot to talk about.
Well, Thomas, I'd like to think you've healed a little now, haven't you?
I certainly think so. How do you feel?
A lot better, I will admit. Thank you, Percy. Thank you, Toby. I owe you an apology.
Well, we live and learn. I'm just glad you gave it a try.
Oh, no, not about the group. I already apologised about that earlier. No, I'm gonna sleep in the yards tonight.
Huh?
Well, if I'm going to run the club, I really need to be in the right place to do so. And I don't want you two worrying about it, so, you wouldn't object to me taking charge for now, would you, Toby?
Well,
But, Thomas, what about our shed?
Don't worry, Percy. When all's said and done, I'll ask someone else to take over as the speaker for the group. Then we'll all be back together again. The old Farquhar trio? Shiver and shake, hope and glory.
You promise?
I promise. Night, you two. Oh, hey. It's that rising sun I talked about.
The leaves fade to dust, and one by one they turn to run, so who can you trust? He pours just another glass and breathes in his empty past. Above the moon is waiting as I cave into lust, and weighing down beneath the ground the rain cries its tears, threading mud, heated blood, I'm drunk off their fears. He wanders through every street, a blank gaze filled with deceit, fabricating innocence with a conscience kept clear. Barely there, empty stares, as if a shadow in the night, hesitant on what is right, questioning if this is life, crying loud into the rain as my soul drowns in the pain, praying one day the clouds will break, shifting forth my withered faith. Here we meet once again, my yesterday damaged, time won't ever mend, clutching to memories, days where I still believe. Now all I do is break down deep inside and fighting back the urge to die. Flowers growing anew, returning each season through hardships they bloom. Grief I try hard to hide, pain eating me alive, trapped in a nightmare that just never ends. Wish the sun would shine again. And one by one, with the sun, the seasons bring life.
Hey, Elric, buddy, old pally. How's the weather been here? And, did that new one arrive? Aaron, whatever the name was? May we see the captain?
He's not here at the moment, and where he is isn't of your concerns, by the way.
Yes, of course. We, got something to deliver. Yeah, very important.
Well,
What are you waiting for? Tell him. I'm telling him you do it.
You do realize I can hear both of you?
Shut! Yeah, it's about the lorry. Yeah, the guard told us what happened, and the deed was done.
I see. And how was that done?
You know the fire at the steamworks of theirs? Yeah, that's how it happened.
Ah, excellent work. I'm sure Captain Sudrian is going to like the news. Now off with you.
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that. Yeah, the problem is, we didn't do it.
What?